In this video, I'll be doing a review on the Corsair HS50 Pro gaming headset, which is a successor to the popular Corsair HS50 headset that has a lot of reviewers recommending it as the go-to budget gaming headphones that has really nice quality and also a very good price point of $50. And with the HS50 Pro, Corsair has improved it with the drivers and microphones to make it sound a bit better, while also keeping the same $50 price point. So this is really a sweet spot, and with the build quality and the sound quality of this microphone, I think this is really a strong contender for a budget gaming headset. So first, let's take a look at the accessories first that you get in a box, which you'll see if you see my unboxing video of this headset. There really isn't much accessories included on this headset, except for that you get a pop filter for your microphone, and the microphone itself comes as a separate piece. And the pop filter is really nice for the microphone because lots of cheaper microphones don't actually include something like that. And you also get a splitter cable to split the 3.5mm jack. That's a combo for the microphone and headphone that you can use on an iPhone or an Android phone, for example, or like a Switch or a PlayStation controller into a split up Y cable that can connect to a PC, which has a separate headphone and microphone input and output port, for example. So there really isn't much to the accessories except for that, and that's a pretty good thing, I think, especially for this price point, which means that Corsair has put most of the money that's gone into this headphone into the headphone themselves. And as this headphone is also made to be usable on every platform, whether it is phones or gaming consoles or like the controllers on the PS4 or PS5, and as well as PCs, it has very nice specifications of very low ohms for the headphones themselves at just 32 ohms. So you shouldn't have any problems with driving these headphones and having trouble with low volume on any of the devices, for example. So this has a really universally made headphone. Well, the design is very simple. It's just an all black headphones. It's a very nice design too, because it doesn't look gaudy and it looks pretty high quality as well, especially with the side that has the metal mesh with the Corsair logo and using these forks from the headset bands. It's solid aluminum, so it feels really nice. And they're using very little plastic as well. They're just using a bit of plastic around the ear cups and also on the adjustment arms here, which you can use to adjust the length of the headphone straps. But then everywhere else you get this fake leather or pleather material that's really nice to touch, and also has very nice foaming behind the ear cups themselves that feels very comfortable on your ear, as well as on the head strap, which is really comfortable and it doesn't dig onto your head. And I've been using this headphone for gaming for quite a while now, and this thing is really comfortable to use on my ear. It doesn't feel warm like lots of headphones sometimes do because it's cupping your ears. It is kind of breathable because it's not a completely full seal, and in fact you can still hear the sounds around you when you're using this headphone, because this is not a noise cancelling or anything super fancy like that, so this is not going to drown out the ambient noise that much. But the straps themselves as well, they feel really nice on my head. It doesn't feel heavy, and you can obviously adjust the size of the strap so that it's just as much length as you need. And it's really supportive, and it doesn't feel like it'll come off that easily while not being too tight. So it doesn't feel like it's tiring your head while using it. And the really soft foam behind the ear cups and the strap really helps it not dig into your head while you're using it. So this is a really comfortable headphone for use in a very long period of time. Now for the looks itself, it's also, again, like I said, very simple, and that's probably Corsair's goals, just like their Elgato Wave 1 microphone, because this doesn't have any RGB, which is probably quite surprising to some of you, because lots of Corsair peripherals and even PC parts have RGB all over them, but not this one. You don't have any kind of fancy features on it, except for maybe this volume knob on the side, on the left side, as well as the microphone mute and unmute button on the left side as well. And that's about it. This headphone is pretty barren. The design is very simple. It's just all work and no frills. There's nothing too fancy about it, but it looks really nice and classy, which I really like. And I'm pretty sure lots of you dig that too, instead of the more childish, too gamery looking headphones that you see sometimes on the cheaper side of the market as well. And this looks very professional, so if you're doing a live stream, for example, people will think this is a very nice microphone as well, even though it only costs $50. Now for the sound quality, this headphone really does sound very nice, and it is quite surprising too because of the affordable price point. I was expecting this as a gaming headphone to really just fall flat on its face on anything other than gaming, with too much boosting of like mid-range and low-end, for example, like for gaming explosions and footstep sounds, but it's really not that. It's really quite balanced, and the highs and lows are pretty clear as well, although the mid-range is not as much as I would expect it to be. Like I would have liked more mid-range out of this headphone, but the bass and the treble, like the mid and the low end and the high end, are pretty good. Although I would say that the low end is still a bit lacking compared to, actual speakers, which I would always prefer most of the times, which has a subwoofer. But it does have a really nice sound that's pretty full and will let you enjoy music and even movies out of these headphones, and not just a simple crappy gaming headset that you get out of the cheaper headphones. So it's really quite satisfactory in the sound department, and especially if you're just using it to play games, and all the game sound effects will sound really nice on this, as well as your friends chatting sounds, for example, from like Discord or something, as well as your microphone having a really nice sound as well, which will help a lot in chats and also voice recordings on voiceovers and gameplay videos, as I'll demonstrate here. And here's the recording quality of the microphone on the Corsair HS50 Pro, which I think is pretty good, especially for a microphone that's included on a headphone at this price point, which is really not that expensive, and it's really one of the more budget-oriented headphones. And obviously it's not going to be close to a desktop dedicated microphone like the Blue Yeti or any of the other microphones, like the ones I was using for this video. But still, the quality of the microphone I think is still very good, and especially for just gaming and chatting, I would think it's definitely more than adequate, and it might even be enough for some light voiceovers or gameplay videos that you might record with this headphone using the microphone. So I think the quality is really satisfactory. And they even include a pop filter, which is going to help a lot with the popping sounds and the wind noise when you're speaking close to the microphone, because as I can demonstrate, if I remove it, the sound quality should be a bit different. So as I remove the pop filter here, which is just a piece of foam, you should hear more popping sounds from the microphone, which is not really desirable, and lots of the cheaper microphones on the cheaper headphones don't really include any form of filtering and has lots of issues with wind noise and popping. But this microphone should help alleviate it a lot, because Corsair has included one such filter, which is really nice and a really big advantage over a lot of the cheaper microphones out there on the cheaper headphones. So I really think that the microphone on this headphone is really satisfactory on the Corsair HS50 Pro. I'll just put this back on. So I really think that the microphone on this HS50 Pro is really satisfactory, and the sound quality is pretty good for the microphone as well. So yeah, this headphone is really a good all-rounder. It has a very nice sounding headphone part of it, and also a very nice sounding mic. So at this $50 price point, I really don't see anything wrong with this, and I would definitely recommend this to anyone looking for a simple headset for gaming that has a microphone that's really nice as well. And I would definitely say that this will be probably my go-to recommendations for all my friends and anyone else asking me what headphones to get, because this does sound really nice and have a nice all-rounder while at a good price point. And if you don't need any kind of wireless connectivity, this wired headphone is really one of the best value there is. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and maybe helped you find some good headphones as well. And if you do find another headphone that you think is a better choice than this Corsair HS50 Pro, please leave a comment down below. And maybe click subscribe to see more of my future videos as well, such as reviews like this or more in-depth analysis of tech things, mostly PC hardware. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.